This guy in the playoffs in the biggest moments, he shows up huge. The game against the Suns, game one, he had 31 points. He had 18 in the third quarter. So, yeah, Kevin Durant, he was talking shit to Kevin Durant too. This was great. What we want to see in basketball and playoff basketball, that competitive edge. He plays with that every game. He dunks on players. Want to see him in the dunk contest, but his game is very similar to Michael Jordan's in mid range, just the edge he plays with, just how he attacks the rim, fearlessness. He plays defense as well, plays both ends of the court. You see him guarding the best player sometimes. He was guarding Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. He welcomes that challenge, and Devin Booker didn't play that well. But Anthony Edwards, man, he's been doing it since he came in the league. First year, 19 points a game. Second year in the league, first year in the playoffs against the Grizzlies. He averaged 25 a game, had some big performances in that series. The Timberwolves should have won that. And then he followed that up last year in the playoffs against the champion Denver Nuggets. He dropped 31 points a game. He had multiple great performances in that playoff series. And one game they lost, he had 41 points, drained five triples, and he put up the most points and triples by the youngest player in NBA history or something like that. So he's been doing it in the playoffs at a high level for a while now. And then another game, the game they won against the Nuggets, that playoff series, he had a huge game, 30 points. He hit a dagger in overtime, and the Lakers got swept by the Nuggets. The Timberwolves did. Because they had Anthony Edwards. So Anthony Edwards, he's only 22 years old. I think he's going to be top three or best player in the game in a couple years. He's just that talented. He just needs to have that year where he's putting up 30, puts more points offensively. Then we'll see him in that conversation. But he should be. He should be in that MVP conversation. You look at the year he had this year, 25 a game, almost 26. Took this Timberwolves team to the third seed in the NBA, a stacked Western Conference too. So give him some credit. He's been great for the Timberwolves, and he's already putting up numbers, getting into that KG category with the Timberwolves, and how he's played, the impact he's had on the Timberwolves. They could go out, and I think they could beat Denver. How they looked after game one, I know that might be an overreaction, but with Anthony Edwards now playing at the level he's playing, and then with the pieces around him, Nas Reed off the bench, if Nickeil Alexander-Walker is putting up 18 like he did, Mike Conley, obviously he needs to play better, but Rudy Gobert is playing well defensively. They would be a bad matchup for the Denver Nuggets. And obviously they got to finish this series out with the Suns, but I like what I see from them, and I like what I see from Anthony Edwards.
Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.